This is a blog, sort of a basis update for, I think, the 19th of March, 2023. Yeah, I always remember the date. Okay, well, we're doing a heck of a lot of work at the moment. We are doing a thing called finally hoping to get the final ingest of these videotapes. These are the camera tapes. I'm thinking of putting these out as the Irish era camera tapes, and what we're doing is there's a heck of a lot of stuff here. This is a 2-hour tape, and there's things on this like Dr. Dawn from ARD, Alternative Radio Dublin, interview with him October 1983. Now this is going right back to the Irish era pirate radio. There's some other young lady in here called Stephanie Callister, and there's radio stations like Boyneside Radio, interview with Robbie Dale, and Sunshine Radio. And there's the original pirate TV station in Dublin called Channel D Television, and they actually got on air and they actually got some viewers. Didn't last a long time, and then the post-raids, these terrible raids that happened in May 1983, that resulted in a major change in the whole legislation.
Time is now 6 o'clock, and right now we want you to blow your horns, wherever you are, and make noise. Telling the people who should be listening that they will take such time. That's fitting that the final word should go to the man who, in fact, had the very first word.
This time, Radio Nova will cease its transmissions voluntarily. It's a great pity that so many people that have given their all to this company, 53 of them in all, never ever let me down and did the very best they could do. And today, it is a terrible, sad thing to say goodbye to them all. I feel sure that we'll all be back together again, and all these people will be back in this building, earning the wages they worked so hard for.
Paddy, could you do something for me? Could you just check that I still have the outside mic? I want to actually, and get them to roar, no that, no that. Right, let's get down the pub. Thank you, Emma.
And it wasn't until December 1988 that all those fantastic stations finally came off the air. And this is a sticker from Kiss FM. And that's the Dublin 102.7 Kiss FM. The way things are moving here is we got this horrendous thing here, Hive, the Hive Mind. On the same sort of subject of consciousness, this is an absolutely fantastic book. I mean, it really is, from Eddie Billimoria, and this is volume 1. This is immense work, and it's very important. It's available from, I think, shepherdwaldman.com, and that is a really tremendous body of work. Very important. On the same sort of line of things, this is a historical document, and it's part 2 here on the little Anton. This is done by John Warner the Fourth and John W. Warner the Fourth. This is an extremely interesting series of books, because it gives a conversational, almost movie dialogue of what led to World War II and the background with British intelligence, Churchill, and the whole American connection. And it's very, very well written. It's a very good, and of course, this is the Porsche and the development of engine technology, and the way all that developed into how Germany got really good cars. But the whole infrastructure of how that worked, and there's a lot of references to Hitler and things like that. So what we're doing with these is I'm transferring these onto hard drive again. It's about the 4th attempt, and we're finally putting this thing through a frame store, and hopefully to really clean up the video as much as possible. The trouble about the cameras at that time, they're very laggy and low light, and not well. Look, we're talking 1978, 79 camera technology, and eventually the CCD charge couple device came around and suddenly just changed the quality of pictures. I'm doing that. That's a lot of work. Okay, we are thinking about we're putting feelers out for doing a conference in Ireland. There's 2 things happened in Ireland. A, they just walked straight into the pandemic, just took the jab, took this injection. That's a primary targeting. I'm also talking about I've just been speaking to an Irish TI, targeted individual. This is an immense, serious attack on the whole consciousness of what were the civilization. We're talking 12,000 years here, and Hyperborea, I'm not sure the right way to say it. Michael Tazarian did a massive amount of work on that, and of course there was the late Andrew Power, who wrote the book Ireland, Land of the Pharaohs. This, and of course the late Edmund Marriage, who passed on a couple of years ago, and he really wanted to get that information out about what happened 12,000 years ago and what is about to happen now. All this stuff about tides going out, crustal earth changes. Dark journalists doing a lot of work on Edgar Cayce and the Steiner work about Atlantis rising. I think the latest data is that I think Japan has now got another 7,000 islands. Things are changing. Things are moving. I've been trying to get across um, Kim Guggen, but her site seems to be prevented from people logging in and actually seeing. She's producing an awful lot of extremely important information. And of course, there's the stuff from Tim Rifa. He has essentially developed his means of defending the Earth from what seems to be expected on certain levels, with 300 vampire, highly trained individuals who will be able to deal and sustain the kind of attack which is apparently incoming. We are not on top of the food chain here. So the idea is to hold time to have BASES conferences, feedback that we might hold a conference in Ireland, possibly in the north, maybe at Craigavon, or possibly in the centre of Belfast. The last conference we held there was in South Dublin, and that was extremely successful. Things are moving on. So these are just feelers. We have the Gary Heseltine, Mark Pilkington, and Tina suffered very badly as a MyLab. And then we'll have, to brighten things up, we'll have Alexandra Quinn, and that will be on May the 20th. The tickets are on Eventbrite. I'm putting feelers out to the wider UFO community. This is a major UFO day that we're putting together, and we'll be holding that at Bouverie Hall in Pusey, in the same place. We've been there for quite a while now, and we're very grateful for the people who are helping there and putting things together. We are looking for a sort of really a proper venue that you can put a proper stage on and have a proper display and get things going. A lot of 99% of the venues don't have any facilities to hold anything on the ceiling, which makes them useless. They expect you to do all these things with the house lights, and I think that's bloody awful. It does mean you have to bring a lot of stands to put your lights on, and that's a mess. It's not the way to do it. I like to push the boat out on there to see how that's going. Okay, well, we're transferring this. You're highlighting that this is where broadcasting's going. Essentially, the plan is to wipe 90% of humanity out. There's no need. These creatures see no need on having any other superfluous, unnecessary eaters on the planet. So their idea is basically there's no need for oxygen. There's no need to have any organic life here at all. But they'll have it nice for them as a bit of a plaything. Nothing else is needed. That's why they just need automated ships, automated freight and resources carrying devices, all run by AI and the cyborgs, Elon Musk's self-generating robots. No need for any other living beings here except for a few toys, while they basically destroy the planet completely, destroy anything involving organic life, carbon dioxide. Now this is core to the sentient oil that creates organic life from this earth itself. So it's been said that these creatures, these horrible, vile things, Mother Nature itself is their enemy. So we have been betrayed by all our defense forces. The Ministry of Defense has completely betrayed us. That's why they've attacked me. All of defense forces on the planet are not controlled by the indigenous countries and so-called democracies. They're controlled by a small group, which is that they've just chosen. Well, they've just taken everything over. All armed forces are run by them. So naturally, if they get wiped out, they shouldn't complain. So really, it's about human beings, those who have woken up, doing their bit, their little bit, whatever you can do. This is fundamental to the intelligence transfer sequencer, which is a name, it's just a name. But if you can do that little bit, if you can do whatever you can within your immediate available resources, whatever you can do to save and to preserve life here, human beings as developed from source, that's your bit. If you can do that, that is so helpful. The message is from the fundamental life force that creates and builds organic life here is we are here to clean up your mess. So anything we do that we can possibly do to be part of the cleanup, to help that process, and I've got to be careful how I say this, to save living life in this beautiful world that we're on, that means you are not part of the problem, you are part of the solution. This fundamental giver of life in this world is going to clean things up, which means anything toxic to this world, these things, these whatever they are, who have destroyed so many worlds beforehand and are now here to do it to this world, they will be assembled, and I'll just simply use that phrase. Anyway, that's it. It's a Sunday afternoon. I'm getting on with things. There are very serious things involved, and take care.